I'm inside and I saw The Boys Season 2, Episode 7, Butcher Baker, Candlestick Maker. It is directed by Stefan Schwartz, written by Craig Rosenberg, and if you haven't seen this episode, I will spoil it for you. This episode starts and we're following the boys, and more specifically, we're following Lamplighter, and he's scheduled to be a witness against Vogt at this trial. And what's interesting is that Huey's like, hey, Lamplighter, do you want to come with me to Vogt's base? And so we can find Annie and like capture and grab her because she was captured and napped, and I don't want her to be napped anymore. All right, let's go. And then they go on their merry way. And what's fun is Lamplighter, he sees the statues of the boys, and Lamplighter's completely gone. And he's like, oh, this makes me really sad and depressed. I'm gonna catch myself on fire. And then he just does it. And Huey's like, what? You know, I was also like, what? I was like, why'd you do this? You were literally introduced like maybe an episode or two ago. Now you're just dead. Aw, man, Lamplighter. You're the key witness in this trial, man. Oh, man. Also, I do like Huey, though. He releases Starlight, and then Starlight comes to the place in which Huey was just at and where Lamplighter was just at, burning himself, and Starlight's there, and also Black Noir is there. I'm like, oh boy, they're gonna have a fight. And have a fight they do. What's fun about the fight is I see Black Noir having a clear advantage over Starlight. Ooh, yeah. And I see her not using her powers whatsoever. I'm like, there's a little bit of light in the room. Like, why aren't you using your powers? Are you just too distracted by Black Noir being such a better martial artist and fighter than you? I don't know if he does martial arts. But he does fight, and he's fighting he is. Oh boy, Starlight's having a time. She's like losing, and then Queen Maeve, she comes in. She's like, pulls up the mask, shoves an almond joy into his mouth, and he's just having an allergic reaction episode. He's trying to do the EpiPen, and she kicks it away. I'm like, ooh. Wow, I didn't know that Starlight's favorite candy, Almond Joy, is Black Noir's weakness. I also see it as pretty much they're parallels, okay? So Starlight is, you know, Starlight, she's very bright, and Black Noir is just a vacuum of light. And so I see Starlight loving Almond Joy. It's like her, it's not her weakness, it's like her strength, I'd say. It makes her happy, she likes eating the Almond Joys. And then Black Noir, it's the opposite for him. He's not having a great time, you know? Whenever he eats an Almond Joy, he's having an allergic reaction. So these two are parallel on that way, plus literally their names and also their powers and appearance are pretty much opposite from each other. I like this a lot. And then Starlight's like, oh, thank you. And then she's like, don't worry about it. And then she just walks away and like not caring at all. And I'm like, So I'm not sure for what reason Queen Maeve put herself into this conflict, except for that she doesn't like Black Noir, and Black Noir has taken advantage of her. I'm not exactly sure what happened in the past, but I do know that Queen Maeve has been the big old target before Starlight was, okay? Starlight's the newbie. Queen Maeve was the newbie female once on the team. Just imagine what things could have happened, what things the Deep did to her. You know, I'm just curious about the whole backstory, but this episode doesn't really explain it. So the witness for this case is just gone now. He made himself charred. He could put himself on a grill, and it would be looking like that, you know? So Butcher, instead, he's like, I'm going to convince the scientist, and if he's not going to do it out of the kindness of his heart, I'm going to strong arm him. I'm going to force him to do it. And so, now we're at the trial. And this is my favorite part of the episode. So we're at the trial. Uh-oh, Vogt's going to have a trial against them. And then we have the guy doing the opening speech. after everyone sat down, the judge sits down, and then we got to, like, the chair commissioner, some dude in, like, power. He's opening the courts. Okay, he's opening the case, and then his head explodes. And it's like, what's happening? Homelander's there, by the way. And it seems like he doesn't know what's going on because he's, like, watching. He's like, what? What's going on? And Stormfront doesn't know what's happening either. I'm like, who's popping people's heads, man? And then a bunch of people's heads just start exploding, including the new Speedster. I'm like, what is going on? No! Stop with the head popping, please! Ah! Also, what I love about this episode is that freaking Stormfront and Homelander convince Ryan that Becca sucks. How does he do this? Well, he's been very sheltered his entire life, and he's like, I don't know how to use my powers. Oh my goodness, Mom's been lying to me this entire time. I'm very angry at her, and I don't want to talk to her anymore. I'm gonna go with Homelander and Stormfront. And then they go. I'm like, well, off they go. I'm sorry, Becca. They have your son now. This makes me sad, but I'm also curious as to what type of parents Homelander could be to Ryan, you know? Ryan has never really had, like, an intimate conversation with his father before. And Becca doesn't really have his powers, so Homelander might be the guy to talk to on how to develop his powers. But Ryan's a really good kid. Like, he's so good at heart, you know? I don't think at this age he could be corrupted by Homelander. Only shown how to use his powers, but that's just my prediction. Becca keeps insisting on how he's a good kid, and Ryan keeps insisting on how much he doesn't really want to be like Homelander, and how he's not like Homelander, you know? So, I'm excited for the season finale. Ooh, things are getting real spicy, a bunch of head poppers. Who could be doing the head popping, man? I don't know who could be doing it. So, I gotta give this episode, based on how much tension there is, plus the suddenness and, like, my emotional reaction to it, to the head popping specifically, I gotta give this episode, it's like a solid 8 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. The platform really likes that. If you want to fast track a movie review, you can do that for $20 Reditos at patreon.com/ASRpresents. And if you like to help support the daily grindiness of all the daily movie reviews, go to this link tree, find the way you can help support the daily grindiness of all the daily movie reviews. So you can go here. And until next time, I've been Salad Saw. I'll see you later, my sour croutons and bacon bits. Blast away!